Welcome back to Terrifying 10. Oof, that hurt. But lucky for them, they lived to see another sunrise. Unlike these next people, who did not. They did something so incredibly stupid, it killed them. And in turn, they won a Darwin Award. But you know that. That's why you're here. So, let's begin, shall we? Number 1, poor Pastor Sean. Boating on the Lake Seminole was a delight to Sean and his friend, up until his boat began to flounder. And he had no life vests. But no worry, other boaters on the lake called the local sheriff rescue team in Florida. Did I forget to mention that this took place in Florida? Of course it did.
Of course!
Shortly after 2 p.m. that Friday afternoon in March 2022, the duo were safe on land again. Catastrophe averted, kiss the earth, mwah. Well, Pastor Sean, 39, evidently wanted more of the same. He called his friend to ferry him back out on the lake so he could rescue his ship in distress. Okay, well, that's understandable. But again, he went without a life jacket. Around 5:30 p.m., poor Pastor Sean tried to transfer from the big boat to the little boat and actually capsized the little boat. Not so easy to jump from one boat to another, right? Especially when it's already floundering. Now, poor Pastor Sean was definitely in the drink. No life vest, unable to swim. For sure, his buddy tried to save him, but was unable to pull the pastor out of the water. And why was he unable to do this? Because it's super tricky to heave a body into a boat. It requires strength and practice, and sailors learn to grab a hold of the life vest and forcefully hoist the person in. People don't have handles. So many choice points. Can't swim. The boat is sinking. You try to rescue it without a vest. And you innocuously plunge into the water to boot. Are you thinking God helps those who hobble themselves? The pastor could not walk on water. He could not leave the water, and since he could not swim, his only other option was to sink. Florida man once again lives up to the stereotype, and if you think that's bad, just you wait until you hear today's bonus. But for now, number 2, humans are kind. An American couple quit their Washington office jobs to bike around the world in search of experiences they couldn't find from behind their desk. After thousands of miles through more than 24 countries, Jay and Lauren were on a mission to prove that humans are kind. They had been through Africa, Europe, Asia, and now the Middle East. Once the couple reached Tajikistan, everything changed. They were captured and eventually killed by ISIS. They knew the risks, discomforts, and inconveniences before they started, and they knew them even better after a year on the road. In fact, the idea of vulnerability was one of the reasons they decided to go on their trip in the first place. So, what do you think? Is it Darwin worthy? I think yes. Let me know your opinion in the comments below, and then we move on to number 3, oldest trick in the book. We have seen it in movies and plenty of fail videos. A person not paying attention and running into a glass door. And it's freaking hilarious every time. Well, it may have claimed its very first Darwin winner. A woman in India was walking into a bank when, boom! She hit the door with such a force she was immediately knocked unconscious. She was rushed to the hospital, but her life was unable to be saved. I honestly can't believe it actually happened. Congratulations, you have found the bonus. This man is definitely in the running for a future Darwin Award. 28-year-old Edward Williams Rodriguez from where else but Florida. He decided he was going to rob a Waffle House because who doesn't like waffles, am I right? Edward entered into the Waffle House carrying a small dog. He then raised his hands into a finger gun and yelled, "Get on the ground! Y'all are being robbed!" Edward then said he was not only drunk, but also under the influence of other substances. He then grabbed a handful of napkins and left. Deputies found the would-be armed robber at his home, where he admitted to robbing the restaurant of the napkins. He now faces charges for unarmed robbery and assault. Tell me he isn't going to win a Darwin Award someday. I dare you. Hey! Can you hear me? There must be some glitch in the Matrix or something. The only way you can help me out is by tapping that like button. Could you just be a pal and give it a quick tip-tap? It's free after all. Thank you. Number 4, Tin Man and His Scarecrow. This right here, this that I am about to tell you, may just be the strangest Darwin Award ever won. Now, I'm pretty sure the phrase, "at least he's doing what he loves," applies to this, but it doesn't make it any better. According to Metro, Argentinian police discovered a 58-year-old man dead in a field. Not weird. Upon first discovering the body, it was believed that there were 2 people involved, but when they looked closer, they saw it was really just a man and his scarecrow, which was wearing a long-haired wig and lipstick. Oh, and the scarecrow also had a certain appendage attached to it. It was roughly 6 inches long, and no, it wasn't a false arm. Turns out he had gotten so enthralled with the scarecrow, his heart couldn't handle it. Police identified the man as Jose Alberto, and his neighbors described him as a loner, which may explain why it took so long for people to notice he was missing. Hey, if it makes him feel any better, he probably would have suffered the same fate with the Tin Man. And now, I feel I have heard everything. But, let's just see what tomorrow's video has to offer us. And if you can't wait for tomorrow's video because you need more Darwins, and you need them now, then just rest assured, because I have such Darwin videos you can watch on screen right now. So tap it. Go watch it. What are you waiting for? Oh, of course. Stay safe out there. Troop TT.